Good evening, my friends, and once again, welcome to the Dead Vault, Redrum, and then some segment. Today, my friends, I hope you have brought your shovels, because tonight we are exhuming a legendary mass murderer. Indeed, Ronald Defeo Jr., aka Butch. Ronald Joseph Butch Defeo Jr., born September 26, 1951, is an American mass murderer who was tried and convicted for the 1974 killings of his father, mother, 2 brothers and 2 sisters. The case inspired the book and film version of the Amityville Horror. Around 6:30 p.m. on Wednesday, November 13th, 1974, 23-year-old Defeo entered Henry's Bar in Amityville, Long Island, New York, and declared, "You got to help me. I think my mother and father are shot." Defeo and a small group of people went to 112th Ocean Avenue, which was located near the bar, and found that Defeo's parents were dead inside the home. One of the group, Defeo's friend Joe Westwit, made an emergency call to the Suffolk County Police Department, who searched the house and found that 6 members of the same family were dead in their beds. The victims were Ronald Jr.'s parents, Ronald Defeo Sr., 44, and Louis Defeo, 42, and his 4 siblings, Dawn, 18, Allison, 13, Mark, 12, and John and Matthew, 9 years old. All of the victims had been shot with a .35 caliber lever-action Marlin .336 cylinder rifle. Around 3 o'clock in the morning of the day, the Defeo parents had both been shot twice, while their children had all been killed with a single shot. Physical evidence that Louis Defeo and her daughter Allison were both awake at the time of their deaths, according to Suffolk County Police Department. The victims were all found laying face down in their beds. The Defeo family had occupied 112th Ocean Avenue since purchasing it in 1965. The 6 victims were later buried in a nearby St. Charles Cemetery in Farmingdale. Defeo, also known as Butch, was the oldest son of the family. He was taken to the local police station for his own protection after suggesting to police officers at the scene of the crime that the killings had been carried out by a mob hitman. Louis Fellini, however, an interview at the station soon exposed serious inconsistencies in his version of the events. The following day, he confessed to carrying out the killings himself, and Fellini, the alleged hitman, had an alibi proving he was out of state at the time of the killings. Defeo told detectives, "Once I started, I could not stop. It went so fast," he admitted, that he took a bath and redressed, as well as detailed where he had discarded crucial evidence such as blood-stained clothing, as well as the Marlin rifle and cartridges, before casually walking to work. Defeo's trial began on October 14th, 1975. He and his defense lawyer, William Weber, mounted an affirmative defense of insanity, with Defeo claiming that he killed his family in self-defense because he heard their voices plotting against him. The insanity plea was supported by the psychiatrist of the defense, Daniel Schwartz. The psychiatrist for the prosecution, Dr. Harold Zolan, maintained that although Defeo was a user of heroin and LSD, he had antisocial personality disorder and was aware of his actions at the time of the crime. On November 21st, 1975, Defeo was found guilty on all 6 counts of second-degree murder. On December 4th, 1975, Judge Thomas Stark sentenced Defeo to 6 current sentences of 25 years to life. Defeo is currently held at the Sullivan Correctional Facility in the town of Fallsburg, New York, and all of his appeals and requests to the parole board to date have all been denied. All 6 of the victims were found face down in their beds with no signs of a struggle. The police investigation concluded that the rifle had not been fitted with a sound suppressor and found no evidence of sedatives having been administered as initially thought, leading to speculation that someone in the house should have been awakened by the noise of the gunshots. Police officers and medical examiners who attended the scene were initially puzzled by the speed and scale of killings, and considered the possibility that more than one person had been responsible for the crime. Neighbors did not report hearing any gunshots being fired, and those who were awake at the time of the murders simply heard the family's sheepdog Shaggy barking. Defeo had a violent relationship with his father. While the motive of the killings remain unclear, he asked police that he had to do in order to collect his father's life insurance, which prompted the prosecution to suggest at the trial that his motive was to collect the life insurance policies. Since his conviction, Defeo has given several verifying accounts of how the killings were carried out. In a 1986 interview for Newsday, Defeo claimed his sister Dawn killed their father and then distraught mother killed all 6 before he killed his mother. He stated that he took the blame because he was afraid to say anything negative about his mother to her father. Michael Brigant Sr. and his father's uncle, out of fear that they would kill him. His father's uncle was Peter Defeo, a Capone in the Genovese crime family. In this interview, Defeo also asserted he was married at the time of the murders to a woman named Geraldine, with whom he was living in New Jersey at the time, and that his mother's phone to ask him to return to Amityville to break up a fight between Dawn and their father. He drove to Amityville with Grenadine's brother, Richard Ramadan, and that Ramadan was with him at the time of the murders and could verify his story completely. In 1990, Ronald Defeo Jr. filed a 440 motion a proceeding to have his conviction vacated in support of his motion. Defeo asserted that Dawn and an unknown assailant who fled the house before he could get a good look at him killed their parents, and Dawn subsequently killed their siblings. If you would like to further exhume this coffin case, my friends, make sure to check out Ronald Defeo Jr. online in the brutal Amityville killings. Once again, my friends, I am your cult host, the Keymaster / Poe, and I would like to say thank you for tuning in this evening as we exhume this coffin case. But once again, my friends, from the depths below, into the fog we all go. Good evening, my friends. It is your cult horror host, the Keymaster / Poe, here with a little deadvote message. Make sure to tune in to the best of horror entertainment at butchermedia.com under the CBTV Horror Network. Indeed, my friends, Chop Block TV is in full effect. So once again, my friends, as well, place your orders of the Centerbyte stories now and receive your official Deadite cult membership card, as well as your copy of the DVD, the Centerbyte stories, with a certificate of horror authentication signed by yours Ghoulie, as well as a new custom autograph picture of me dedicated to you. So once again, my friends, from everybody here in the Dead Vault at butchermedia.com, make sure to tune in as well here every Saturday on the Chop Block TV Horror Network to see all new episodes. So once again, my friends, from the depths below, into the fog we go.